HiiL is an advisory and research institute for the justice sector located in The Hague. At HiiL, we try to provide crucial knowledge to make law work for people and organizations all around the world.
The Hague is a wonderful place. It's a place which every top judge and every law professor making a good career visits once in his life for a conference or just to feel the atmosphere of the big courts here and to get in touch with international justice. So we attract an enormous amount of talent. The courts in The Hague are very important for worldwide peace, for fighting the worst crimes that take place and the genocides. But The Hague is also important for justice for the problems of everyday life.
One of the great resources that The Hague provides is it's a place where lots of organizations, some focused on research, some focused on policy, some focused on action, come together.
And one of the things HiiL does is to try to capitalize on that asset of The Hague. So we are trying to build a innovation climate here and to bring the innovators together and to let them learn from each other.
A good example is the Hague Visiting Chair on the Rule of Law, where HiiL brings together visiting professors and young talent to talk about innovation in the justice sector.
There are places where research that academics and other kinds of scholars are producing has a real relevance to the concrete work of people who are trying to make the world a better place. And so there's a really important translating role that I think a place like HiiL does by bringing people together.
And taking different looks at things, a human rights kind of perspective on an issue, a real research lab kind of perspective on an issue, and also with people who are very talented researchers and who could be brought into, to this field and have their research have bearing on what we are thinking of injustice.
So young people having energy for innovation, guided by the best older judges, that's a great combination.
And one of the real inspiring parts of being here at HiiL was getting to meet with some of that young talent and talk with them about what they saw as important issues and the kinds of research that they saw they needed going forward.
Because that many people with great skills and knowledge come here, we can really make a difference.
One of HiiL's innovating programs is the Guardians of Justice program.
I started out as a Rule of Law chair working with HiiL on thinking through the Guardians of Justice program.
That is particularly focused on the CSO actors who are between ordinary people and their governments.
It looked like a program with the potential to really change the way in which we think about involving citizens in the justice project and the justice reform process in their countries, which is at this point, it's really nice to look back and see how much that has moved forward.
Guardians around the world were particularly interested in knowing about the other guardians. So in understanding the local capacity to do different kinds of work in their countries, and they really don't know anything about that even in the developed West.
By bringing these experiences to The Hague and describing them in a standard form on our website so that everybody can see these innovations, we are building a knowledge base and we are building a network of innovators who can learn from each other.
And for ourselves in the World Bank, I know that the results that will come from the program will be very useful to us and that will be able to feed into our understanding of what to do on justice reform in a particular country.
So it's a combination of skills from very different disciplines that make a difference now.
With this and other projects, HiiL really tries to understand justice problems and make a change in the justice sector.
Coming away from HiiL and The Hague, I think I'm taking a sense of being tremendously inspired by the amazing and really impactful work that's going on in the world.
Young people world over who are coming up with interesting pilots and really just deciding to do things in the area of justice.
And you can't work in this environment and around these people and not become deeply engaged with issues of the global nature of justice processes.
We are also at the World Bank, similarly to HiiL, thinking through methods for understanding what people's justice problems are and moving that understanding into systemic changes in the justice system. So I think that's a really rich area to explore going forward, and I've benefited a lot from seeing what HiiL is doing.
The world is looking to The Hague for knowledge and for guidance on what works. So there's two-way learning. It's coming from The Hague to these countries, but this knowledge also comes back to The Hague and can then spread to the rest of the world.
For more information, please see our website, www.hiil.org, or visit us in beautiful The Hague.